Good morning, day 6. Day 5 was a bit of a write-off, unfortunately. I couldn't get here because I had meetings in England. But cut a very long story short, there wasn't a great deal that took place yesterday. The guys still haven't managed to fix the excavator, so hopefully they're going to get that sorted now. There's a guy on it as we speak. Apparently one hydraulic pipe burst, they fixed it, they repaired another one just in case, got it fired up, and then the third one went. So he's now fixing the third one apparently, so I'm going to be telling him to get a new machine to get it sorted today. But once that's fired up we can get cracked on. There's a third labourer on site today. We did have a bit of good news. We have a well right over in that corner, which I'll show you in a minute. There's a neighbour here that apparently is quite well connected, and he managed to get someone out from the city to come and have a look at it. So hopefully we should be getting that sorted out. And we also, I'll show you, we also had a surveyor out on site who's now marked all of the parts. This is about trying to find out where the highest point is. So all these little orange spots everywhere. It's pretty much showing you where we got to concentrate on, what we got to fill, where we got to fill, etc. So fingers crossed the survey should help us out with everything. Mud everywhere, obviously. Containers are due to come, so I'm going to dump the containers on there, Matt. And I'm going to put the containers on the actual grass over there. That's about it for now, so I'll have a walk around and update you as I go. So I've come back to site. The digger excavator was repaired and it broke again. So we're not too sure what's gone wrong. I think it might have been a faulty part. So the guy's gone off to try and see if he can find another one to get it repaired, but in the meantime they're going to send something smaller. The boulders are quite important to be pulled out because they need to be reutilised, but they are monsters, so the new unit may not be big enough or powerful enough to do what we needed to do, but they might be able to crack on with doing something. As you can see, they are monsters. So it's a reasonably big hole that we still got to pull out. Still got to clear all that, so we nearly started getting there, and then boom. So they are talking about potentially having to pull this out, which I'm trying to get them not to do, because it's actually on mud. So technically your foundations need to be solid, but obviously they can't be solid if the rock is actually on mud and they're in pieces, so they may move. So we'll see about that. What's going on over there? There's a big smoke going on. I just questioned the guys on the floor. Like I said in previous videos, they're over here. What they have to do is physically clear any form of mud from the rocks. So all of this. So when the concrete or the other stuff goes down, it's got a bed. You know, it's got a stick straight bed into what's there, but obviously there's mud over it. I get it, they've got to remove the mud, otherwise it doesn't stick completely. But to be literally having 3 men sat down, screwdrivering and clawing all the mud off and sweeping it off, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I've just asked them, and even they're a bit bemused as to why it has to take place. So I'll speak to the site manager later, find out what he says. He says it's essential, but without being rude, if it's little bits of mud, it really doesn't matter. But if it's a big mud hole that goes all the way down, I can understand to a certain extent how they have to tidy. But yeah, it's very, very strange with regards to process here. To give an example, the engineer came out on Saturday, made us test a few things, said you need to clear up some of the rock a little bit, you know, chisel off the fronts, etc. We've done that. And then someone else come here and said, well, maybe you need to pull those rocks up. So it's like the engineer's been here and not mentioned the rocks, but then someone else comes in and says, maybe you should, and then everyone starts saying, yes, we do. It's like they're very reactive rather than saying, this is the skill, this is what we know. They're very easy influenced into having to change what they've already planned and priced to do. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like a great deal has happened over the last 2 days. Because technically it hasn't, apart from obviously cleaning the rocks. We have had a delivery. I say delivery, we've had some cement. That's about it. I thought we were actually having a bid delivery today, but clearly not. Delivered this morning. I'm assuming more stuff is going to be turning up throughout the day, so I'll update you as I go. Okay, so I'm going to show you our equivalent of E&Q in England. This is called Cumulus. Sorry, can't hear because of the wind. Quite large, quite new. Most of everything. Trade department over there. Look at what it's like. Obviously, face mask, very strict on face masks and gelling of the hands and stuff like that. I'll take you in and show you around. Okay, so now we're in the mega store, masked up, no Corona. I'll show you some of the product. So we do have power tools, some of the prices. Grinders, drills, you name it. Don't see any some of the brands we have missing. DeWalt, I mean we've got some DeWalt. Small table saw, price. Bigger table saw, price. I seem to have a few things. Drill packs. So 1,000 Bayesian for a dual set, so that is divided by 2 in dollars, that's 500, and then roughly 1.4 exchange rate, so about 400 quid for a dual set. Jesus. Got our oil sections, screws and nails, wood, etc. Big tubs, metal straps, doors, door posts, door handles, plumbing. We do need a bit of plumbing today. So we are looking for, technically, that. We're looking for a conversion. Again, you've got to know the sizes. So technically what we're looking for is, we are looking for that size, 3/4 inch down to 22mm, something like that. So as you can see, all different pipes, lots of industrial plastic, copper, some prices, and then they've also got copper for soldering. Yeah, plenty of product. Okay, so trying to get some pipe, just taking it from 22mm down to 15mm. That's an absolute mission. You must deal with these sort of things on an ongoing basis, but I think things like plumbing, maybe a plumbing supplier is better than their B&Q equivalent. But either way, got it sorted, but it is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra items to try and take it from 3/4 inch down to 22mm. So, but anyway, let's get that paid, let's get back to something. My favourite time of night, what are we at, 5 o'clock, 5:05. We managed to get the excavator working, managed to get a smaller one in the meantime to try and get that sand. There was obviously big piles of sand here that's now been sort of pushed out across the actual front. The guys have obviously pretty much finished in the pit itself, so within reason we are close to finishing in there and bringing in the stone for the compactment. So the actual my little swimming pools, that's all got to be filled obviously, as we've already talked about. We're pretty much ready nearly to get that done, so they put like a Gore-Tex sheeting in there just to anything, any major movement, and then they pour it with stones and they compact it, and then once it's compact they drive it down hard and then they roll it with a steamroller. That then becomes the bed that we'll end up pouring a pad over. I'll turn around and show you what's going on here. So obviously just pulled the sand up, so a lot more sand. That's what came out of the ground, obviously where the plot is. So it's just literally trying to pull all of that out underneath the trees now. And try to just sieve it a little bit over to get a little bit more sand at the front. And then all of these little orange spots are all where the surveyor's been out with the little laser level and talked about where stuff needs to go and at what depth, etc. Everything else within reason is pretty much as is. That might need to come out that block there, unfortunately. And I'm also thinking about what to do with all these blocks that come out. We're going to need some of them to sort of try and help with some of the water, keeping the water out. But it'd be good to try and make use of some of these as features of some sort. Some monstrous ones. Hundreds of years old, obviously. So it'd be good to try and use them somehow. But other than that, that's pretty much day 5? Or is it day 6? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, day 6. I think I said day 5 at the beginning. Yeah, day 6. So the sun goes down, it goes down absolutely gorgeous here. I mean, say it's 5 o'clock, I'm standing here, it's nice and warm. You get lots of this sort of stuff. That's a big one. Lots of stuff like that everywhere. So yeah, our excavator's going to land expiring because he didn't work today. He wants to earn some money probably, so he's probably going to stay around for a couple of hours, which will keep me nice and busy. The wet strip that back, we've now found that it's been damaged. Technically all the water runs downhill into these wells, which is fed by the sea. So basically you see the water levels go up and down with the sea. But as you can see, it's been crushed. So the city have been out and analysed it, and I think, fingers crossed, they're going to repair it somehow. So the sooner they can do that, the better. In the meantime, we've hidden the side so that people don't lose dogs and whatever else down there. Rocks have been put back. Spare excavator that was sent in absence is now ready to disappear again. Next door neighbour's land, we sort of flattened it down a bit for them and try to make it a little bit pleasant on the eye. End of another beautiful day in sunny Barbados. I'll update you more on tomorrow. Fingers crossed. By the end of tomorrow, stroke Saturday, we should be pretty much done with preparing the floor here. And we should be pouring obviously the mould, what they call it, the small one. So anyway, see you tomorrow.